Good morning, LDBC. This is QuestX coming at you with my final thoughts pre-fight. Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter. I've been on record as saying in my prior videos that I feel that Keith Thurman is going to win this fight. I believe that Keith Thurman has more, I want to say, boxing ability, and has shown that he can adjust. Shawn Porter has shown me that he can fight only one way, and that's by bullying his opponent. That's only gonna take you but so far. In boxing, there are levels. It is a game of chess, not checkers. You cannot have one plan and think that it's gonna last you 12 rounds. That may last you in the amateurs. That may last you when you're fighting guys out of the top 10. But when you're fighting the top guys, like I believe that Keith Thurman is, you're going to need plan A, B, C, and D. So, as much as this hurts me to say, and I have to be completely honest here, I think that Shawn Porter is going to hit the canvas tonight. At least once. I don't think he'll be knocked out, but I do think he will hit the canvas. It may even be a shot that staggers him a bit. Maybe even, it kind of catches him off guard. Sort of like Adrian Broner. If Adrian Broner can put you on your ass, and he did, and I think Adrian Broner isn't half the fighter that Keith Thurman is. Keith Thurman, if he puts those hands on Shawn Porter, it's going to be a bit more devastating. It's going to be a bit more of a, oh, well, okay, I realize this is not Paulie. This is not Adrian Broner. Shit, hell, this isn't even Kell Brook. He's not going to grab and hold me. Keith Thurman has that killer instinct. He comes into every fight trying to finish you. But that could work to the disadvantage of Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman got to learn to pace himself. I'll be watching really closely in this fight. Has he learned from the Guerrero fight? Listen, a lot of people, they talk about how Guerrero came on in the end of the fight with Keith Thurman. No, Keith Thurman got tired. Keith Thurman gassed himself out. Okay? He put everything he had into that ninth round trying to put him out. But I need to see that, has Keith Thurman learned that, listen, there are times you have to pick and choose your times. When you have your man hurt, yes, you have to finish him. But if you notice that your opponent is not going down from the one big shot, you got to do setup shots. You got to place, you have to set your opponent up. I'm looking for that tonight. If he hurts Shawn Porter, I'm looking for him to set Shawn Porter up for the big dynamic shot. Don't try to throw every punch with killer authority once you have him hurt, or if you have him hurt. But all I need to see from Keith Thurman is tonight, I need to see combination punching. Show me combination punching once you effectively hurt your opponent. And I'm going to tell you this now. If we see that tonight, Keith Thurman is ready for anybody at 147. All right? I'm rooting for One Time. I believe that One Time is a real dude. He's a good man. Shawn Porter, much respect to you, because you fight anybody and you don't make excuses. All right? I think a lot of fighters need to take after Shawn Porter. And not only how he conducts himself in the ring, how he conducts himself outside the ring. Fuck his father, Kenny. We all know Kenny's a liar. All of that bullshit. Don't associate Kenny with Shawn. Focus on Shawn, the fighter. Shawn Porter is somebody a lot of these young dudes need to follow. Keith Thurman, my brother, please. Do what you need to do. Get in that ring. Take that Samson hair and fuck Shawn Porter up, Keith. Move on. And after this fight, Keith, call out Danny Garcia. Please. Call out Danny Garcia. All right? I need this to happen because I'm getting frustrated with Danny. So, and this is just me from a standpoint of of following Danny, seeing what he's been doing the last few months. Dude hasn't been in the ring for like 5-6 months. Trust me, Keith Thurman, please, brother, call this dude out. Put the pressure on him. This is a big mecha fight. Don't look past Shawn Porter yet, but once you get through, like I believe you will be victorious tonight, I need you to call out Danny Garcia. End this bullshit with Danny Garcia. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I know a lot's talked about Adrian Broner. I know a lot's talked about how silly Adrian Broner acts. And I know people they're going to get a little upset by what I'm going to say. But Danny Garcia is a clown. And if you guys haven't been paying attention to what he's been doing in the offseason, this guy is more interested in fashion and, acting childish than, listen, Adrian Broner has done some really silly shit and stupid shit. But the difference between Adrian Broner and Danny Garcia's shit is that, yes, while Danny Garcia is doing silly, dumb shit outside the ring, he's not getting arrested or has any legal troubles, you know what I'm saying? Like that clown Adrian Broner. Danny Garcia, I feel personally, does not take this shit seriously. He does not take this shit seriously. And Danny Garcia is another dude who, again, the subject of cherry picking has been brought up. And I honest to God feel, notice how all those talks about Danny Garcia versus Adrian Broner has now deadened, right? And now we focused on the hearsay that it will be Adrian Broner and Manny Pacquiao, and Danny Garcia is still without a dance partner. 6 months out since his last bout. I'm telling you now, it's a lot of fuckery going on with Danny Garcia and his team. I'm just done with them overall. So Keith Thurman, my message to you tonight is, brother, do what you need to do. Again, Shawn Porter, much respect to you. No disrespect to you. You're going to be a tough SOB for anybody in the division. All right? But Keith has more tools. He has the greater IQ in boxing. He should be victorious tonight. I wish both of you brothers nothing but respect, and I wish that we have fucking spectacular fireworks. Listen, if I were planning the greatest fight ever, it would be a relentless fighter like Shawn Porter versus a power puncher who has shown the ability to adjust in the ring like Keith Thurman. So that's what I got. I have Keith Thurman by unanimous decision. I do believe that people will be hurt in this fight. I think that it may even get a little bit to the point where it'll become so one-sided at times where it'll look as if Shawn Porter shouldn't be in the ring with Keith Thurman. And the only reason I say that is because I honestly have not seen any progression in Shawn Porter's offense to defense and his ability to switch up his styles. I think that I've always said this. I said this in my prior videos. I think that Kenny Porter is such a bad trainer. I really don't see. I don't see it. You know, I mean, of father-son duels in boxing, Kenny Porter to me just seems like he wants to be his son's hype man and promoter himself rather than an actual trainer. After Kell Brook, I should have seen dynamic changes in Shawn Porter's style, and I haven't seen it. It's the same thing over and over, and it's the same habits. And you know what worries me about Shawn Porter is that fight with Adrian Broner. When he was winning that fight, being relentless on on Adrian Broner, I should have seen a switch of tactics. It was the same thing, rushing, bully rushing, trying to chase him down. No, what you do is cut the ring off, okay? Cut the ring off. Switch up your tactics. And I just feel like Shawn is just so one-dimensional that Keith Thurman is going to figure this shit out by round five. And the rest of the way, if Keith Thurman has learned since the Leonard Bundu fight, since the Guerrero fight, your power may not end the night. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to set traps for Shawn. Take steps back. Don't sit there and try to engage, okay? Because we know that Shawn is going to be coming. Now, Shawn could very well surprise everybody and try to counter Keith Thurman, which I think would be a tremendous mistake because, honestly, Shawn Porter does not and has not shown me that he can be an effective counterpuncher. He's a downhill runner. Okay? So I just see the fight playing out. Shawn will come out very aggressive. Round one. Keith Thurman. If I were Keith Thurman, this is how I would do it. Everybody's expecting you to come out like you came out against Guerrero. And round one, you're throwing the biggest shot to lay Keith Porter. I'm sorry, Keith Porter. Damn. Look at this shit. I'm meshing Keith and Shawn together. To put Shawn Porter on his ass. No. This is what you need to do. Come out in round one. See what Shawn is bringing to the table. Because I guarantee you, if at max, Shawn Porter probably has plan A and plan B. If Shawn comes out of the gate running at you, then we know how to win this fight, Keith. Take steps back. Don't crowd your punches. Give yourself space. Counterpunch. Stay to that body. Take some of the elements of what Kell Brook did, which I don't want you to fucking clinch all fucking night, but catch Shawn Porter coming in. Because Shawn is so wild and he's so eager to get to the target that he sometimes negates his chin, leaves himself wide open. Pay attention to that, Keith. Shawn, this is what I want to see from you. Show me that you don't want to be just a high-level contender. Show me that you have a little boxing IQ. Show me that you learn watching Keith Thurman versus Luis Collazo. That Keith don't like it to the body. Give me some of that downstairs action. Don't accept holds. Don't sit there and when your opponent holds you, like Adrian Broner did, and you accept the hold. Don't do it. Don't smother your punches, Shawn. You have a tendency of doing that. And just know that, again, Keith Thurman is a big boy. I'm telling you. You're not going to be able to close the distance in the ring off the way you think. So use your plan B. Don't go out there thinking that you're going to be able to steamroll Keith Thurman, because it's not going to happen. Just like I want Keith Thurman to not think that the one punch is going to win. So that's all I got. I know I've gone a bit longer than I expected. It's early in the morning. My apologies. Shit, it's going to be a nice day in Jersey. I'm going to try to get out and enjoy the day with my lady. Get back in time. And get ready for an epic night of fights. But that's what I have. Again, ultimately, I have Keith Thurman being victorious tonight. It will be a 12th round unanimous decision because I'm just not seeing enough, even in the sparring footage of Shawn Porter and his training. I'm just not seeing enough of a difference. It's just the same relentless attitude and mentality. And that's not going to get you over the big hump that you need to get over to become a champion and maintain the championship. You may be able to beat smaller or B-level fighters, but you're not going to beat A-level fighters with just relentlessness. So this is Quest X, LDBC brothers. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. I'm out. I will definitely be doing a post-fight video on the Keith Thurman Shawn Porter fight, whichever way it goes. But you guys know my position and my opinion. Be safe. I'm out. One.